Welcome back, everyone. Legend of Legaia, Reborn. I'm your humble dungeon master, Brendan Lee. Sorry, Ron Shatler. Sorry, Ben.
We all wish we were Brendan Lee Mulligan.
Yeah, I know. When I had my dad over, we actually had him watch the first episode of Starstruck.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Are you as good as him?" And I was like, "Come on, I wish."
Like, you can't make that
literally like. That is like the epitome.
King.
Like Matt Mercer and Brendan Lee Mulligan are like that's the peak. Like you can't.
Yeah.
I still can't.
I really like that they're friends with too.
Brendan.
Yeah.
But anyway, what did we do last time, guys?
Stuff.
We did stuff.
Well, we got arrested.
System.
And, well, we actually stood trial for being arrested.
That's true. It was, let's see, Public Enemy 101. The red shirts spent the night in the Chloronon jail. Bree has a nightmare about an elven woman that leaves her exhausted, but tells no one. In the morning, Zeffrington Buckleberry Fern talks to the party and goes to get help. That help comes in the form of Margaret Filigris, who offers to help the party with their defense. Lute's parents, Ilara and Finn Flowersnuff, also visit. The red shirts are led, magically shrouded from their surroundings, to the Prestofab arena for their trial. The proceedings begin as more of a competitive show than a traditional trial. With some well-timed and entertaining uses of their abilities, the red shirts wow the audience, culminating with Lute delivering a scathing speech about the state of Chloronon. While Crank Sprocket still voted to execute the red shirts, the other two Arcane Council members vote for community service, specifically to eliminate the mysterious entity that has been destroying Bark Rangers.
Did they give a deadline as to when that needs to be accomplished?
They didn't. Yeah, we didn't. You guys are still there. Everybody's kind of filtering out of the arena, but no, they hadn't given you a deadline yet.
They're very trusting.
However, it felt like once we go down, we're not going to be allowed back up until we solve the problem. So it felt like, anyways. I don't know if that's the case, but
your parents run over. I think they had already run over, actually. So your parents are there. Zeffrington's there. Margaret Filigris is seems to be yelling at somebody about getting her money.
So, Zeph, you find anything out about that battery?
Oh, I haven't really had a chance to look into it yet. This pretty much happened right away. I had to get tickets, and I had to get Margaret, and I ran by and talked to your parents, or Lute's parents. So yeah, nothing on that front yet.
That makes sense.
But I have a few places that I think I'm gonna check. Just gotta make a plan.
Okay. Is there someone we should check in with about before we go down? Maybe somebody up here has some more information on. I don't know if anybody else has gone down for expedition other than the Bark Rangers.
Well, you can talk to the captain.
Oh, the police?
Yeah.
Wow. The guy owes me a favor. We could go over there.
Well, I was thinking of oh man, where was I thought? Oh yeah. No, those are the lawyers. I thought there was. There's like a couple of.
Sheriff Ironclaw? Oh wait, I think that's our town. Hold up.
Yeah, that might be our town.
I guess I didn't write them down.
Uh-oh.
Oops. Oh well.
Oh yes, that guy.
What? Like you guys met like a few gnomes when they first confronted you down on the forest floor.
I don't remember if I grabbed their names. I don't have their names written down. I have a bunch of other gnomish people.
Trinity Tree Stamp. Geronio Freeferferter.
Gesundheit.
Free
Wait,
for
Trincy was one of the police people?
Trincy was one of the council members. Red-headed Trincy Tree Stamp
Yeah.
remembers the Ember Paws. That's what I have written in my notes.
Yeah, she was the captain of the guard too. But
Oh yeah, because she's one of the ones we first met before we came up.
Right.
She brought us up. She was the one who remembered me.
that's right.
I also have Blavadavicus, the illustrious, the weird magician. Dippity Giolata actually runs things. And Crank
He's royalty
Sprocket
as well.
is in parentheses charge. That's what I have in my notes.
We got Patrick, the flute playing gnome snake chasing person.
That's true.
Obviously Zeph.
So probably talk to either Trincy or maybe Dippity.
Let's start with Trincy.
I agree. I think Trincy seems like the best person to start with.
Well, she's probably at the guard captain house. The police house, whatever they call it.
The precinct.
Gesundheit.
Well.
All right.
Conversation.
Let's head that way. Good luck, Zeph, on your discoveries.
Yeah. Good luck to you too. I'll get to work on that. Hopefully, by the time you guys get back, I'll have figured something out.
All right.
Loot, your parents say, please be careful down there. I mean, I don't know what that thing is. People have been talking about it, but
Well, I'm not going anywhere anyways until we find Saeed. So,
okay. Right. Yeah. Well, I guess let us know if there's anything we can do.
yeah, I mean, if you guys see anything or know anyone, I mean, that would be cool, I guess.
I mean, we can put out the word. We can ask all our neighbors and see if anybody's seen or heard anything.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, good luck finding your friend. I will let you know if we hear anything.
Okay. I have a quick question about the game.
Sure.
I am a witch. And all of my spells are cast through my familiar.
Yeah. Well, your familiar is like they're like they are your like connection to the you know
My page.
yeah, exactly. So technically, rules as written, if you lose your familiar, you still don't lose your spell casting. You just can't learn any new spells.
Okay, so I'd still be able to function as normal.
Right.
Okay. I was wondering how that would.
Yep. Let's see. So do you guys go to Trincy Tree Stamp?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you walk in, she sees you and says, "Oh, you guys pretty infamous around here now."
Are we?
I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody in the entire city was watching our trial, so.
Was
Yeah.
Trincy there? Trincy, were you there?
I wasn't. I had to miss it. Had to work. Somebody actually has to do some real work around here.
Damn, I thought I had the crowd on our side.
Speaking of real work, I have one of my friends has been kidnapped.
Oh.
Who?
About
Can
can you
help.
describe them?
About yay big.
Oh, little guy.
Yeah, has a gem on his forehead, 4 paws, long tail, dark fur.
Like a raccoon?
No, like a rat of sort.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't want to be presumptuous.
Oh, that's fair.
Okay, all right. Well, we are a little we're kind of a little busy at the moment. We will I'll put out an APB. We will we'll keep an eye out.
If this was a gnome, would you just put out one of those and keep an eye out? Is it because he's a rat? Like, why don't you seem to care?
You know, I have to say,
Because he's not just a rat. Like, he used to be a god straight up. You know that tree that we said cleared the mist? Were you there for that? You know, we cleared the mist. The least you could do here is help me find my friend.
okay. All right. It's just a matter of personnel. Here. I hear you've been told to go take care of that thing that's destroying the Bark Rangers. I've got so few Bark Rangers left. I'm, you know, we're stretched real thin. If I had assurances that the thing was taken care of, I could dedicate a lot more manpower to this kind of thing.
This is ridiculous. We never should have come to this stupid.
I understand your frustration, and like I said, we're gonna keep an eye out. We will ask some questions. I'll send some people around. Do you have any leads?
He was put into a sack, and he said that it seemed like a ghost took him. Do you know any
Ghost?
people who look like ghosts? Or ghastly figures?
Can't say that I do. I mean,
Could he have just meant invisible? Because you did chase that invisible person. Maybe that's what he meant.
Do we know of any invisibility technology?
You personally, or
Or like, it doesn't seem like a common thing here, right?
make an Arcana check. Do you have Arcana as a skill?
Ooh.
So invisibility, you haven't seen anybody go invisible per se, but as you look around this place, like almost everything there's some kind of magical illusion somewhere. These gnomes are real big on illusions. Invisibility may not be that far off from kind of like the whole, theme of this place.
Have you had any eyewitness accounts on the thing you've been losing your Bark Rangers to?
No, they typically get we've been hesitant to send actual like gnomes out with the Bark Ranger patrols, because we haven't in 20 years. We haven't sent a gnome down there. There was a mist. The Bark Rangers, they'd be fine. The Suru wouldn't bother them. They could do tasks, go hunting and stuff like that. So we've still been kind of hesitant to send people with them, especially if they're being destroyed now. So no, we find the remains. That's pretty much it.
Do you know what area the Bark Rangers were being sent to specifically that we should focus or start our search?
It's definitely located, based on where they've been destroyed, all not far from the old Lurkroot Warren. So we figure it's something down there. It's got to be hiding in the Warren,
Yeah. All right, so as much as Elizabeth doesn't want to split the party, Bree is thinking it might be best if Loot stays here to look for Saeed, and the rest of us go to try to destroy the thing. Because I feel like we kind of need to do that.
Considering we don't know how powerful that thing is, we might need.
Do we have any way to investigate or search for Saeed other than just looking around?
You could pick a place and try to sneak in, or
Can I cast sending to him? Because it's been another day.
yeah, you have it back.
Yeah, I'd like to do that before we make.
Okay.
Okay.
What do you send to Saeed?
I'm gonna tell him that I miss him. And I want to know if he hear or smell any specific.
Yeah, so all right, if he hears or smells anything, he says he's like kind of, it sounds like he's tearing up. He's like, "Oh, Lou, I miss you too. I think I don't I hear, I think I hear water. It's like water, and I don't smell anything right now, but every time the ghost comes around, I smell smoke."
Okay. Oh.
Everybody sees Loot cast an unknown spell.
And then I'm gonna cast Share Sense to see if I can detect anything.
Yeah. Okay. You share sense. Let's see. What? Saeed has a bunch of extra senses.
He does. He has echolocation sense.
Echolocation. Dang.
Yeah. Okay. You share senses with Saeed. It is dark. You feel your hands and feet bound by maybe some kind of twine, and there seems to be some kind of something wrapped, like he's like gagged as well. And you can feel him like kind of struggling against something. Definitely feels like bag material. And you hear some water running in the background, very faintly. And you hear some footsteps, and they give me a perception check with Saeed's perception. You hear some footprints walking, you assume is on like a wood floor. And you smell like a smoky smell. It is the same smell that you smelled when right when the smoke bomb went off, when you were chasing the invisible individual, and before you got hit in the nose.
Okay.
Hey DM,
Yes.
is the foliage where we're at pretty similar to where we live on the island? Or I guess basically if I need like time or 10 minutes to...
No, it's comparable.
Okay.
It's You're you haven't gone that far. You're in the same biome, same basically the same forest.
Cool.
Loot, would you describe everything you're smelling and hearing to us?
Probably not. I don't think so. I would probably just say that I need to go look for him. You guys can do whatever. But I'm
Obviously, we
not
want
going
Loot.
there.
We want Saeed back almost as much as you do. Obviously, you care about him. He's your family, but we want him back too.
When do we have to kill this thing? Like,
I mean, I'd
I don't
appreciate
wanna
it if you
get-
did it sooner rather than later, but
I would appreciate it if you found my friend, but here we are now, so how about we stop talking?
give me a diplomacy check. Or intimidation. I was intimidated personally, so I take intimidation.
Can I do diplomacy?
That's fine. All right. Hold on. Let's put our heads together. Somebody took your friend. Do we have a motive?
It seems like it would have been an attack of opportunity. There's nothing to do with him, but maybe something to do with us. What we have, or...
I mean, he's a talking rat.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
kind of
he is.
unusual.
We're all
so-
talking rats.
On an
But
actual
he's
rat.
like an actual rat. So
You're not supposed to say that out loud.
We're Yusoki. He's a rat.
We're talking
Trincy
rats.
is
but
just
that
kind
is
of
a
like,
rat of
I'm gonna
rats.
stay out of this one.
But he's like unusual. He might have been kidnapped just because he's a novelty.
I agree. Could have been something to target us as well.
Yeah, it could have been.
Like, I'm
Has
gonna let-
anyone seen anyone weird? Or out of the ordinary?
I saw a couple of humans while you guys were at the show.
Oh, the Cartmans.
Yeah.
Yeah, Thaddeus and Cassian Cartman.
And I don't think they noticed me, but I overheard them talking about us, seeing like they had a big interest.
Huh. They had an interest in you guys?
Yeah.
You know why?
It didn't seem I guess I'd say
Malicious.
malicious. It seemed like more like when somebody's excited to meet someone.
I mean, you could probably find them.
At this point, I would tell them what what Saeed said. And I would mention that I'm kind of suspecting that the person that took him was the invisible person.
Is there
You
any
said
You
like
heard running
a
water?
smoky smell? What about like the fireworks building? Is there any running water near the fireworks place? I mean, that would always smell kind of smoky, right?
Well, if you remember, the fireworks, there were actually no fireworks at
It
the
was
at fireworks
because
because it was mostly just wands that did firework light.
What about that one
illusions.
guy? That one guy that did the smoke in front of us. Like it looked like magic, but then we could tell it was pyrotechnics because of the
Flavadavicus?
smell. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did it smell like that?
Loot wasn't there for that. Loot had walked away.
Shit.
Damn it.
Do we?
Is there any running water near Flavadavicus's home?
Well, I was thinking if we're in the trees, one of the main places I would think running water would be on the ground.
Hmm.
And cats like rats. And if the Cheshire's down there,
Oh, you think that thing took your rat friend?
well, I don't know.
It depends on
Saeed,
what
was
the
it?
thing is. Yeah.
Hmm.
We don't
Yeah,
know
is
what
there-
this thing is.
Is there anywhere with running water up here in the canopy?
I'm
I
assuming
mean-
water is piped in.
Yeah, 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 exactly.
Hmm. And your folk usually stay up here. They don't. There's nobody that lives down on the forest floor, right?
Nope, not a one.
Do you guys use any invisibility technology or magic?
Oh, sure. Yeah, it's very useful.
Oh.
What about
Is
the?
it?
Go ahead.
Is there just unrestricted access to that kind of thing?
Well, I mean, one needs to be able to, cast the spells necessary or get a hold. I mean, wands of invisibility are pretty expensive. It does take it takes a fairly advanced. It's not advanced, but it's not a beginner spell. You know, you've got to. It takes a little bit of magical energy.
I think we should try to find somebody that might smell smoky. Is there anybody that works with powders or?
I mean, you can always check the Presto Fab factories. They're making all kinds of stuff over there. Or the fabrication area.
Do we want to check that out?
That sounds fabulous.
Who has the best sense of smell?
Probably Trunks with his big ass.
I'm about to sneeze.
If only we had someone with a massive schnoz.
It's average.
Just a truly magnum schnoz.
It's mainly average.
Well, I'm gonna go check out this machinery fabrication.
Okay, I would follow Loot.
All right. Yeah. You guys had so it's I guess they waited until it was like almost dusk before you put on your trial. So it's actually dark now. It's things are winding down. As you walk toward the fabrication area, the yeah, it's actually funny that you mentioned light, because as you're walking along this one particular walkway, the lights suddenly go out.
Oh.
Just kind of the lights in the area go out.
What time did we? It was night. The night last night, right? When we.
Yes, last night was night.
When we were chasing
True.
the invisible person.
Yeah,
It
so
was
pretty much
just-
exactly 24 hours.
So
Pretty
maybe,
much.
Maybe they'll be active again tonight.
Yeah, we haven't been here for very long, so we don't know if like it's normal for them to go off at a certain time or anything like that, right? Like as far as we know, they're just supposed to be on.
Yeah, as far as you know.
And their target was the Varkons, right? Last time.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah, you saw the invisible person dropped a bunch of them. They had like 4, I think, total, 4 or 5.
I'm guessing that tonight they're going to try to reclaim some of those.
Can I use?
Maybe not strike the same place, but what would be? And this is to what, Trixie's here.
You
think we
probably
left
left
her.
her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, do we know? I don't
Ooh.
know if
Wait,
we-
hold on. You can. You have an imprecise sense known as spell sense, which has a range of 60 feet and detects only creatures capable of casting spells. That's crazy.
Can
I have imprecise smell for 30.
would I be able to
as well.
detect
Okay.
a creature, like basically like in the vicinity, like match creatures to the ones I can see? Do I detect any extras that I can't see? 'Cause I'm sure it's like sensory overload every time I've tried to use this, since there's just magic
Yeah.
everywhere. But like,
yeah, exactly.
I'm looking for a void, basically,
Okay.
like visually.
Yeah. There are. Let's see.
I
Anytime-
technically can cast spells.
Yeah, you can cast spells. Every time you detect a void as you move around this area, and then you get to see who it is, it's generally a child. Almost always, like they just like somebody who isn't old enough to have learned their first spell yet.
Okay.
And there aren't that many children around either, so it only happens a couple times.
Interesting.
But
Oh,
yeah.
that wouldn't work either if it turns out it's somebody who doesn't use magic, but they have something that like cloaks them. Then they would be invisible in both senses.
That's true.
I would still smell them.
That's true.
Do you smell Saeed?
Nope.
Yeah.
Actually, I will ask the DM. I'm assuming I don't smell
Yeah.
Saeed.
You don't smell Saeed right now.
Okay.
But you go to the fabrication area. People are closing up shop for the day. You hear like the sounds of like tools getting put away in these collection of buildings, like longer, kind of bigger buildings. You hear quite a bit of gnomes like talking about their day. Do you just walk up, or are you sneaking up? How is this going down?
I'm looking for water. Like, because he can hear water as well. So anything
I'm just
that
walking up.
might be water sound.
Okay. Make a perception check. All right. That's pretty good. You hear some water inside the building.
I'm just walking.
You just walk in?
Yeah.
Yeah, some notes like, whoa, hey, sorry, this area is kind of, it's kind of dangerous. Like, I mean, we're packing up and stuff, but, like, there's a lot of machinery in there. I don't want you to get hurt.
Thanks.
Hi, we're looking for a friend. Is there a chance you maybe could spare some time for tonight to help us take a look inside the building? We'd
Oh,
be very
yeah?
appreciative. Yeah.
Sure, why not? Grab a hard hat. You go in the door, he, like, hands out hard hats to everybody.
Well, I never had a hard hat.
Yeah, Treetop Security, we're here on official business. Like Grisper just flashes the "you can do it" rock, but like pretending like it's a badge.
You can do it!
Does this area smell like what I smell? I use your senses.
You start sniffing around. Give me a perception check there, Loot. That's pretty good. You start sniffing around. You are picking up a lot of weird smells in here. Nothing quite like what you were looking for. And as you guys enter, you see along the side wall, there's like a wash basin, and people are going up to a faucet and like washing their hands like after the workday.
So, what do you guys care? Exactly?
Oh, we put together whatever we need to. They've got all these different benches with like hanging, like, just tools and stuff. There's tools all over the walls, like all kinds of shapes and sizes, like you've never seen anything like it. Like I was working on couplings today.
Is that a knife or a screwdriver?
It's a screwdriver.
I hate it.
Oh, where do you guys make these battery things?
Oh, Varkons?
Yeah.
Well, that's proprietary technology made by Prestofab factories. They tend to make them in their factories. We're we're a little bit more of a, kind of a. We're a smaller company than Prestofab.
We're trying to find Prestofab, but we're breaking into an IKEA.
I mean, they've got a little bit stricter policies as far as they're pretty protective of their IP, if you know what I mean.
IP?
Intellectual property.
Oh.
I guess
Well.
they should be if it's so volatile.
Yeah, and they been on the fritz lately, I think. At least that's what I've been hearing.
We were walking down the walkway and a bunch of the lights just turned off on their own. Is that normal?
No, that shouldn't happen. Especially walkway lights. That's dangerous. You can walk right off.
Do those
Somebody could
stay
push
on
you
all
off.
night?
They should, yeah.
Hmm.
They're mostly arranged in a way that they don't, interfere with like private residences and all that.
Who's in charge of Prestofab factories?
Oh, actually, the head chairman is still Crank Sprocket.
Was that the dude that wanted to kill us?
I think it was,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
Crank Sprocket did say that he wanted you executed twice. He said it at their initial verdict, which is a really weird concept, and then their final verdict.
The court will now announce its precognitive bias.
Right, exactly. Well, it's more entertaining that way if they
If there can
people
be a
think-
dramatic twist of a mind change.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So yeah, he didn't change his mind. He wanted you executed at the beginning. He wanted you executed at the end.
Yeah,
And
that
after I scared
made me
him.
suspicious. I actually said that last week, that I thought that he might be part of it.
That could also be
just
chalked up to like him being an industrialist that wants to make sure his financial income is not endangered.
And if the person that took Saeed is the person that was taking these stupid batteries, and it's probably not someone who owns the stupid battery shop.
Yeah, why would he be stealing his own batteries?
I don't know.
Unless it's a conspiracy.
I've seen a lot of Scooby-Doo, and it's always
The old crotchety guy that runs the
Right.
mill.
Craig Sprocket! Yeah,
It
would have
could
gotten
be
away with it.
It could be something like they were stealing the Varkons that weren't working properly because, like they didn't want to do a recall or admit that their stuff is not working.
Hide the weakness of the product.
Yeah.
I would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for you stupid rats and your stupid rat and your stupid rat and your stupid rat.
Just like going down the line.
Right, Reggie?
Can I ask this poor factory worker if they know anyone who hates Croc Sprocket?
Well, I don't know if anybody really hates him. Like, a lot of people look up to him. Like, he's really, he's a powerful magician. He made quite a few leaps and bounds in technology. It hasn't been out and about much lately, but he's getting older. He's we don't live forever. We live a long time, but we don't live forever.
Does he have any competitors, maybe?
Oh yeah, sure. Like, people are always competing here. But honestly, no one really comes all that close. And some people are sore about that.
Nobody that would be trying to get a hold of his secrets, maybe.
Okay, first thing that came to mind when the worker just said that he hasn't really been out and about much lately is that it's not Crank Sprocket pretending to be Crank Sprocket.
Are there a lot of, have I noticed any gnomes doing magic without these stupid batteries?
Oh yeah, you see people doing magic.
Just all the time.
Yeah, it's mostly it's not combat magic. They're like playing around. It's like, or you'll see people doing something that is practical or useful in everyday life. And there's magic items everywhere. All the fireworks stuff, the Sweet Gnome store. All that stuff.
The Bark Rangers, do they run off these batteries too? Or are they just more magically powered directly by a spell?
Oh, I think Barkon Rangers, or the Bark Rangers, run off of Varkon Minis.
Oh, less volatile or just smaller?
Just more portable. I also don't think they need as much power as a Varkon would give them. Like, they'd probably run forever on one Varkon.
So instead of like a big car battery, it's running off a little double A. Yeah. Just like the little spot on the back that pops off.
Yeah, but they kind of frown upon breaking them open and looking inside. Not really supposed to do that. And they won't let you either.
But I wonder if whatever's destroying the Bark Rangers is destroying them to get at the Varkons.
Yeah, have the Varkon minis been recovered with the Rangers, or have the Rangers been destroyed without the batteries also taken?
It's me.
What do we pay you for?
You're paying me?
Just a worker.
That makes sense, because the scraps that are left behind are usually just the enchanted stuff that's gone, but it wouldn't have seemed to... Oh, actually, I guess I'll... Of the things that we've ran into when it's come to the previous piles of wood and scrap, none of it indicated any sort of explosion, as if the battery had... Like we saw previously, right, when it fell and it exploded.
Nope. They just seem to be pulped and
Okay.
falling apart.
So it's very possible that whatever is down there is getting at it for the batteries.
What if it eats the batteries to get stronger?
I was actually just thinking, what if there's a gnome who has a pet that feeds on batteries, and the gnome was running with the 4 of Archons in order to feed its pet?
Can I do
they
any sort
gotta-
of recall to attempt to think of any creature
This is gonna be a little
That-
shop of horrors thing.
that would
Feed me.
eat energy of that kind?
Oh, a creature that would eat energy?
Yeah, like Bree's
Wow.
idea of something having a what's the word? A gnome having a pet that would be enticed to consume these batteries.
Give me your
My
knowledge
lore check.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to hero point that just because I'm
Okay.
interested in this one.
Oh,
Good.
All right.
oh,
Hey, thanks.
Dang.
damn, a 35? Okay.
Damn's like, I wish
So-
you would have failed that one.
He's like, I don't know.
I may be stupid, but I'm smart.
Sometimes.
All right, you have heard of creatures that are electrical in nature. And you know, there's like storm snakes. There's these things called mapeshis, which are some
Mapeshi.
kind of like chimera-like thing. You've heard of behirs, which are like centipede lizards, like lizards with just like a bunch of legs, and they are also they shoot electricity out of their mouths.
How
Oh.
big are they?
They are huge, so 3x3 squares.
Okay, so
They
yeah.
can be
Dang.
upwards to 40 feet long and 4,000 pounds.
Ugh.
Okay.
So definitely something that would need to eat a lot.
Yeah, there's yeah, so those are some of the ones I could think of that but with that, I wouldn't think that are any of them native to the surrounding area? Or would they have been more tales from further away?
You think you've heard of storm snakes being showing up after like intense thunderstorms? They tend to kind of like get blown in and then like left after the thunderstorm's gone. So you'll have like kind of an influx of storm snakes sometimes after just like a really bad thunderstorm.
In this area in particular?
Yeah.
Or just in general?
Around, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Mapeshis tend to live very high in the mountains, so not around here. And behirs tend to live. Let's see. They tend to live underground.
Behirs. I guess that makes sense with it being centipede thing. Okay. So yeah. There are a few things like that, but the most common one probably around this area is going to be storm snakes. And if that's what we're thinking, that maybe somebody's keeping a pit of these storm snakes, maybe it's best that we go talk to Patrick. See if he ever gets in fights with somebody that maybe wants to keep snakes around. do you guys think? Oh my god. Is that the Bay here thing?
Yeah. I posted the bay here in the Pathfinder because I thought it was a pretty sick picture.
Yeah. I think that we should go scope out Prestofab factories real quick. Like, not try to get inside, but look around.
Take a look outside.
Yeah.
All right, well, hope you
Oh,
like
real
the
quick
tour.
before you go, or kick us out. If
Oh.
you were hiding a pet here, and you didn't want anybody to notice, where would you hide them?
Like in a bag?
Weird thing to bring up, but sure.
Like, we're in town, I think.
No, I meant like in this building.
Oh, good question. They probably make a lot of noise. In
Mhm.
this building, I don't know. This building's kind of wide open. I guess like a cabinet.
Okay. Thank you, Mr.
Scrimble Shanks.
Thank you, Mr. Scrimbleshanks.
I'm beginning to think these people are making up their names on the spot.
I feel like I've heard Scrimble Shanks before. I think I just accidentally stole that from somewhere.
Proprietary information. Someone's IP.
All right, let's head to Prestofab factory.
Okay. So as you step outside, Trunks, give me a perception check, please.
Okie dokie. Receive. Ooh, can I? We have a second hero point at this point, I believe.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use that for this.
Okay, then. All right. You catch a whiff of something kind of smoky.
Whoa. With imprecise scent, I can, if they're within 30 feet, I can pinpoint the exact, like, square, technically, right?
Yeah. That's true. You do that. You sniff around. You kind of
Yeah.
do your, you get one this way, you get one this way, get one this way. You triangulate, right?
Mhm.
And you realize it's not. You don't detect any source, but you detect a direction.
Okay.
You can tell where this scent is being blown from.
Well, like it's upwind. Okay.
And yeah, and you're smelling this scent, and it is upwind. It's blowing towards you. You're smelling the scent from the battery storage facility that you just passed.
Oh, okay. After sniffing, I'll be like, "Oh, guys, forget the factory, smoke," and I'm gonna start running towards the battery storage.
Didn't we have a guy with us?
He's closing up the factory. He's doing lockdown.
No. I mean, before there, I thought we had somebody traveling with us on with the city
No,
that was just.
We were talking to Trincy before we left.
I got to borrow my battery. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But we
she
left
didn't
her
go with you
behind.
guys.
Okay.
Everyone
Alright.
want to take 5?
Yes.
Come back at 48 after?
Yeah.
All right. See you then.
Okay. I'm back. Sorry, my battery died.
All right, we're taking 5. We'll come back at 48 after.
Okay, sounds good.
back.
Hey, we're back. Cool. So, where are you guys? Yeah, you caught a whiff of smoke toward the battery storage area.
Excuse me.
Did they say after we told them about that situation? Did they say they were going to increase security around battery storage? I thought they said they were going to, but I don't remember.
I don't think they specifically said they were.
Okay. No worries. I was gonna start heading that direction so I don't lose the smell.
Got it. It
After
does
informing-
seem to be dissipating kind of fast.
Okay.
But it definitely takes you to within eye shot of the battery storage, and you see the front entranceway. You see a lady step out, and she closes the door, and she puts a key in there, and she locks it, and she's got a couple of Archons hanging off of her hip area, and she like shakes her head, and you hear her like mumbling something as she's kind of heading back toward where you guys saw the one area lose power.
Okay. Oh. So she must have got a call to replace the other batteries. So she's heading towards me. Can I stop her? And be like,
She's actually heading. You guys kind of came. You went northwest, past the battery storage, to the fabrication area. She's actually heading southwest now, away from you, back toward the area that you passed.
Oh, so the area was a bit further than I
Yeah,
thought it was.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was before the battery storage area.
As she leaves, can I just kind of go sniffing around and figure out potentially if this smell is still around, if I can sniff somebody out?
Yeah. So the entrance is very well lit. As you start to close in, you're definitely smelling the smoky smell in this area, but it's almost completely dissipated at this point. You think whatever the smoky smell was, and you got a 24. But so whatever caused this seems to be dissipating, but your nose is definitely pointing you toward this battery storage facility.
Okay.
But you're guessing it's probably locked because you just saw somebody lock it.
Now that I'm smelling this smell, can I compare it to the entrance of Blavidavicus since I was there?
You were there, and putting two and two together, though you just caught enough of a whiff of it to bring you to this spot, but thinking back, you think to yourself, that was the smell that you smelled from Blavidavicus's smoke bomb, or when a smoke bomb went off.
Okay. Since we have been arrested here once, I'm not going to go any further in, but I am going to come back. And I'm going to tell everybody, I'm like, so there's definitely weird smoke over at the battery storage area, and whatever was done, they're using the same thing that Blavidavicus did in his entrance. Whether it's, I don't know if that's his personal mom or if there's somebody else he gets them from, but that would be part of my. I would have some questions for Blavidavicus in this field.
You also remember that the smoke bomb, it made a sound,
Mhm.
and it made smoke.
Hmm.
If that was done over here, then that smoke has been dissipated and you didn't hear it. Maybe you were too far away. Who knows?
The concept's the same,
The scent was definitely the same.
but yeah.
It was kind of distinct. It's like it's almost like slightly scented with something. Like the smoke has something that it burns that causes a kind of a sweet scent.
I share this. On our way to the Presto Fab factories, I assume. Wherever we want to head toward next.
Okay, so you guys are going to leave the battery storage area?
Do I hear any running water near this battery storage?
Make a perception check. You don't hear any running water. You do hear, when you're fairly close to the battery storage, there is there's like a hum that is. It's like if you were to like put your ear right up to one of these Varkons, you might hear it. But like you imagine there's a bunch of these things in this building because of. They all seem to be humming at the same frequency, and so it tends to. There's a consonance there that makes you hear kind of a very light droning hum.
Do I also smell the same smell?
Trunks was the only one that picked up the scent.
Uh,
At least out here in the open.
did he tell us about?
Yeah, I shared everything.
Because Loot would want to go see. Kind of thinking like maybe the person that stole them first time were trying to steal them.
There's a good chance you'll be seen if you just stroll up to the door.
I mean, I'm not doing it wrong.
So you're just walking up to the door?
Yeah, I'm gonna cast Detect Magic as well.
Okay. Yeah.
See.
So
would I be able to tell if like anything's moving or just that if it
so as you cast the Detect Magic and you move through, everywhere you don't run into anything right away that's innately magical, but as you get close to the battery storage, you sense a little bit of magic coming off of and you detect that it's one of those Varkons. It's a Varkon that's stored in the floor, kind of at the side of the walkway that's like near the battery storage facility. And then as you get close to the battery storage facility, you pick up like the lights, giving off like a magical, they're pinging magical. You walk up to the door. There seems to be magic on the other side of the door. You detect a bunch of Archons.
Do I see anything out of the ordinary, like footprints or?
Footprints. No, no footprints.
Because I'm kind of thinking, like, if someone is using an invisibility or smoke bomb or something, and they're stealing more of our, I'd want to catch. So I'm looking for signs of.
Yeah. No. You detect the lights. You detect the Varkons on the inside. Oh, you know what? You also detect on the door itself. There seems to be some kind of detection spell on it.
Do I know what that is?
Let's see, the most powerful magical effect the spell detects. Yeah, it's like it's an alarm spell.
Okay.
Yeah, so those three things and the Varkon and the floor.
Okay. I think I'd probably just like wait a minute.
You're just gonna hang out?
Yeah.
Are we trying to wait for the lady to come back?
Also, are we trying to hide while we wait?
I'm not waiting. I'm just looking. I'm snooping. I'm looking around, and then I'm gonna leave.
I'm sure that lady's pretty nice. She went to go replace the batteries. We could talk to her when she comes back.
It's probably nothing. We can go to the factory.
You guys gonna head to the factory?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right.
What's your name?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you start heading toward the factory, which, as it turns out, passes by a different battery storage facility.
Have all the
Trunks-
lights been on the walkways that we've been going by so far?
Yeah, so far.
Okay.
Although on your way this direction, at one point you get like a blast of like chilly air, which is weird because you don't normally.
It's all regulated, isn't it?
Yeah, this whole place is like temperature controlled. And there just seems to be like a whole section. There's like a couple 100 feet where you walk, where you're just getting a bunch of chilly air blown on you.
That lady has her workout cut for her tonight.
Yeah.
Can we tell where the air is coming from?
Yeah, it just seems to be like from the trees, like from blowing in from outside of the city.
Like there's a part of the shield or something that's not
Probably
working?
got something to do with like a Varkon in this area is not working.
Yeah,
Or
wherever the
is
thermostat
missing.
is around here, it's broken.
We just like none of us know what to look for though, like where they would be hidden, because they keep them hidden in somewhere out of sight in a locality. Like the only reason we saw one of them is because that person was changing out the Varkon like in the market, right?
Or you might be able to
Because
figure it out.
the
She's
food
pretty
kiosk
smart.
stopped cooking and the person came
Yeah,
over
can
and had
I-
to switch it out.
Can I look around where we're feeling the air and see if I can like?
Bree, if you
tell
were to
where-
hide the thermostat, where would you hide it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do that. As it seems like you guys are working or are kind of thinking out loud about this because you've kind of passed this idea on. Did Loot hear you guys talking about this?
Yeah. She would have
Yeah.
wandered back as soon as they started moving again.
Because Loot, like, you can detect them.
Yeah. Are there any, like, in the vicinity below us?
Yeah, as you're walking along, you find like there's like a tree trunk. It's got like a faux wooden like door. Or it's like part of a branch, but like that comes out of the tree trunk. And they seem to have like put like a little like hidden wooden door in there where you detect a very faint Varkon.
I would point that out to Bree. Because she seemed curious about them previously.
I would look around very carefully before I attempted to open any kind of door, and I definitely wouldn't take it out. But if I didn't see anyone around, I would open and look at it.
Okay. Give me a perception check. All right. I mean, it seems pretty clear for the moment.
All right, I'm just gonna look at it. I don't even want to touch it. I just
Yeah, you open up the door and you look at this Varkon, and it's the cylinder. It's got like a handle at the top, and it's got like 3 little lights, little green lights that are all lit up. And seems like based on what you've seen of them, like seems like this should be. It looks fully charged.
can I, not touching it, but just putting my hand like near it, feel any heat or any kind of energy along the length of it? Like if I, again, not
Yeah,
touching it, but run my hand down, up and down it.
It feels very faintly warm. Feels slightly warm to the touch, like just more warm than you would expect, like an object sitting there of its, it's mostly wood. It's like that Prestofab treated wood, treated with
Okay.
Presterva. Loot, your spell tells you the highest ranking magic. You got like kind of a it's more of a sense. You get like that there's a bunch of energy that comes off these Varkons. You're not getting that from this Varkon. You get a little bit, like seems like it's pretty low power based on how much feedback you're getting, but there's an extra thing on this Varkon, an extra spell. It's just an illusion.
Oh, I can tell that it's not a real Archon.
Something's wrong. There's some kind of illusion spell, something to do with this Varkon.
Do you have any kind of dispel magic, Luke?
Oh god, no. I can't. Can I cast Read Aura
Okay.
on this object?
Hit that?
And then with the +2.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. Give me an Arcana check.
Oh, can I?
Oh,
I'm
yes.
hero point.
You can hero point that if you want. 30. You read its aura. So you sit there and really try to hone in on what this is. Your like the area that you can detect on this Varkon where that magic spell is gets smaller and smaller and smaller until you've pinpointed right at the exact spot on this Varcon where the illusion spell is, and it is on the power indicator.
What does it show me?
As you really peer in, you can kind of see past the illusion, and the Varcon is dead.
Oh, but it's reading that it's...
But there's an illusion spell on it that shows that it is fully charged.
I would tell this to everyone.
That's weird. Nobody
That
should
sucks.
move, and we should call the cops.
Yeah, let's not dig ourselves too much of a hole that we can't get out of this time.
Yeah, we definitely, like, none of us have touched it so far. I was very careful to not physically touch it.
Okay, but...
Are we sure that this isn't going to get blamed on us?
I
feel
don't
like
think we
this'll
should
get blamed
tell
on us.
anyone.
I agree. I don't think we should tell anyone, but it should be something we're aware of.
Maybe we
I
can
think
send an anonymous note to the
Oh, yeah.
to the police.
Yeah, I could
An
tell
anonymous
my
sending.
parents.
An
I think I
anonymous
could
sending.
convince them.
Anybody got any voice changer spells?
You can send an anonymous note. You could write one and drop it off. You could, like Lute said, you could go visit her parents.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think we should tell anyone right now, though. We should deal with this in the morning.
Yeah, we're trying to also find the kidnapper still.
What? I'm gonna write a quick note, being careful to try to disguise my handwriting now that anyone here would know it. I'm sure I have paper and like some kind of journal on me. And I'm gonna put it with this Varcon, like in the little door, so when they come to change it out, they'll see, and it's just gonna say Varcon dead. It's illusory spell showing full power.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna close up the tree. And
P.S.
continue
The
on.
rat people were not responsible for this.
I would write it in Gnomish, by the way.
You write it in Gnomish.
I write it in Gnomish. I speak Gnomish.
Ooh,
I would
good
write it in
idea.
Love
Gnomish.
it.
That's beautiful.
Beautiful. All right, that's good. All right, I will remember that. Great. So where to next?
Keep on going to the Presto Fab Factory.
All right. As you get within eyeshot of the Presto Fab Factory, you notice multiple Bark Rangers standing guard around the entrances of the Presto Fab Factory.
I guess
Do any of us smell smoke?
Um,
I'll take a whiff.
Go ahead, Trunks. You don't catch any smoky smells.
Not this time.
I don't know, guys. I don't think we should just walk up there.
I can go ask if they'll give us another tour guide.
What time is it?
It's probably like 9.
Wow, what do you say? Should we ask?
I mean, it doesn't hurt to ask. If they say no, we can walk
Most of
away.
the gnomes have been quite helpful. I'm gonna. Do you guys all want to come with me, or you want me to just like wave you down in case things go awry?
I'm staying here.
I think we don't want to like go over there in mass. That might intimidate them.
Okay, I'll go by myself. And I walk to wherever the front gate is. Am I
Sorry.
stopped by Bark? Okay.
Yeah, you start walking up. One of the Bark Rangers kind of a little bit towards you and says, "Greetings, citizen. Prestafab Factory visiting hours are over. Please
Oh.
have a nice night."
When's visiting hours?
Visiting hours are from 8 a.m. until 6 p.m. Written permission must be acquired ahead of time.
Tell it we're trying to kill that thing.
What?
Tell it we're trying to kill that thing. For these dogs.
Park Ranger, we're trying to kill the Cheshire cat down below. And I thumbs up to Loot.
Good evening, citizen. Visiting hours at the Prestafab Factory are over.
I shake my head towards Loot. It didn't work.
Pick it.
I am not kidding the Park Ranger. Real quick, where do I get permission for visiting hours?
Please talk to any Prestafab Factory's administrator for written permission to tour the factory.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Have a nice night.
Sounds good. It walks back?
Yeah. I mean, it only walked forward like 5 feet.
Oh, okay. I'll slowly turn around and come back. Yeah, so visiting hours are from... visiting hours are during the day, and we have to get a written permission from the administration. Which, I don't know how we get written permission from the administration without going into the building. That one I'm confused on.
I mean, we could wait until someone comes to go into the building, or we could go try to talk to Crank Sprocket.
The guy that wanted to kill us?
Yeah, which probably not a good idea.
I pull my skull mask on. I would love to talk to him again. But I don't know if there's anything else we could do tonight.
Yeah, Bree is also looking completely exhausted because she didn't sleep well last night, so she's fatigued, so... She's willing to stay up and do whatever Loot needs to do to help find Saeed.
You hear footsteps. From around the corner walks, seemingly trying their best to be stealthy and not doing a great job of it, is Zeffrington.
Beth.
And they like look both ways, and then they kind of like run up next to you, and they kind of like flatten out against a tree trunk. They're like, "You guys find anything?"
Why are you trying to sneak like that?
I don't know. Should I not? Does it make me look guilty?
No, that was really
Kind
good.
of.
Thanks. I mean, I was just like, I've seen enough of these, illusory plays that I, about the, like the soldier, right? He like sneaks in and he's got like, you notice he's got like war paint like underneath his eyes, and he's like sneaks in and he's like in the trees, and then he's like, takes the guard out, and then he like, throws an explosive, and then he's like got like dual like magic wands, and he's just like just like magic missiles. Just like trying to channel that like as best as I could.
No, that was really good. I actually liked it a lot.
Thanks. So did you guys find anything?
Yeah.
Well,
What was that, Luke?
I don't know if we found.
All right.
I mean, we figured out about the thermostat thing. Right, Bree?
I don't know what we were gonna tell him that. We did.
Oh, about how it was really cold back there?
Yeah, we passed a spot that was pretty cold, like it shouldn't have been.
Do you think the environmental controls are failing?
Possibly.
Yeah, and lights keep going. Oh.
More failing Barcons.
Barcons, yeah. Yeah, weird.
We also, Loot was able to contact Saeed and found out he's in a smoky area and there's water running nearby.
Smoky area, water. I don't know. Doesn't ring any bells.
You don't know anywhere that there's water?
Well, I mean, like, there's, what, like faucets?
Like any kind of running water.
I mean, there's lots of illusions of running water. I mean, anywhere you get something like that down at Gnome Sweet Gnome.
But would it sound like running water?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like a nice, piece for your house. A little illusory waterfall on a wall somewhere. Maybe some fish swimming up it,
Oh.
What are you doing near the Presto Fab factory? Think they're up to something?
Well, we have to go kill that thing down below that's messing up these stupid dogs, so we're hoping we could try and talk to someone and find out more about these dogs, and if there's anything specific that can mess them up that we could use to our advantage when we go down and try not to die. Because we did not even steal anything, but whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. Might be kind of hard to get in there without without getting seen.
Yeah.
I may be able to work something. Well, I say maybe, but alright, don't tell anybody, but I've got got a device. It's a one-time use thing. It doesn't work forever, but it kind of knocks a Bark Ranger out for a little bit.
You have something like that?
Yeah. I mean, I've worked on them before, so I kind of know how they tick. Device, sometimes you never know when you're going to need to sneak past one or two or, well, 3. I've got 3.
So you got a good little bit of gear with you, huh?
Yeah, I brought some things.
Does anybody know you have this?
No, I didn't tell anybody about this one. That's our little secret.
Can
We
I...
like this guy.
Can I, perceive, detect intent, or...
Yeah. Sure. Yeah, go ahead and make a perception check for
Seems
a...
sketchy.
I can never remember what it's called. Sense motive.
Sense mode.
Yeah. Sense motive is what it was called in 3.5 D&D too. Yeah. He seems to be like he really doesn't want anybody to find out about these. You have a feeling that these might be pretty illegal. Like of all the things that you've seen, having something like that might just incapacitate one of the guards. No one has one of those things for like good purposes or lawful purposes. He definitely doesn't want anybody to know about it, but he seems like he's taking a risk on you guys.
Interesting.
That's a pretty good sign of trust.
I mean, they're probably, better off in your hands. I don't know if you want to risk getting caught with them, but like, just in case. Maybe you guys should have them.
We're kind of already on thin ice right now, so we'll have to weigh this.
All right, I'll
Pretty
hold on to
heavily.
them. Just let me know, if you need them.
Thank you,
They didn't-
Zeffington.
They didn't even search
Hey.
us last time, did they?
No, they left us with all our stuff.
Like I said, I owe you guys a lot, and if I get to explore the world again someday because of you guys, I wanna help you get there.
No, yeah, for sure.
Hmm.
I have something tonight. May not be the right night to do that. Maybe tomorrow. I mean, I don't
Yeah,
think there's
sure.
anything in there right now.
Guys, maybe Zeffrington might be the most qualified up here to look for Saeed if we run down to the lurk route, Warren, to take care of whatever's down there. I don't know.
I mean, I'll keep my eyes out. I kind of was doing just a little recon tonight. Want to see if I saw anything shady.
Have you seen anything?
No, but I'm sorry. Did you guys tell him about the illusion on the Varkons?
I was going to try to, but then I was then under the impression that we weren't doing that. So
We told him that there was a Varcon that we think is failing in that area. And there is a note if he were to go over and check it out.
but we didn't tell him that we put them.
But we didn't tell him we
Gotcha.
put the note there or that we know that.
Well,
He did just tell us he has the Bark Ranger disabling devices, so I don't think he's gonna snitch us out.
I mean, I
That's
trust him.
true. All right, let's tell him.
Yeah.
Are we gonna keep breaking the law until it finally works off for us? Or
We haven't broken
We
any
didn't
laws yet.
really, break
We're giving him a
the law.
lead that he can follow while we're
We're
off
giving him some
taking care of
information.
business.
I'm not trying to break in right now.
Alright,
Yet.
alright.
We didn't actually touch the Varcon, we just looked at it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but the other night.
anybody wants to give me a history check?
History
I
check.
don't know what my history is. I don't think Pathfinder has a.
Oh, sorry, society.
Oh, so,
That's
yeah. I was
it.
like, wait a
My
minute.
bad.
We live in
There you go.
No way.
So many twos.
We live in a society.
Did you say everybody?
Anybody who wants to.
I have a -1, so I think I'm good.
You don't want to fail.
Yeah, I think I'm okay.
You could crit.
I could more likely fail. Great.
Crit fail, you forget everything about society.
Yeah. You think? Yeah. While the idea that you just opened up a panel and looked at a Varcon would be a much lower probably penalty than them thinking you were trying to steal a bunch. Which they never really concluded that you had done that either. The whole justice system seems to be pretty shaky. But
About as shaky as the currency
Okay.
that it's
Oh,
apparently.
God.
it's really unknown, with your currently you're kind of on a probationary thing right now, so you're not quite sure what this what the punishment would be for them finding out you were still trying to look at Varcons. But you don't think necessarily that looking at a Varcon would be a crime in the first place, but it definitely would look weird for you guys.
It wouldn't look great for our case.
Right.
What case? It's been resolved.
Has it though?
Yeah, we haven't
well,
actually done like the community service they assigned us. So.
but it's been assigned.
I will say though, of all the people we could probably trust up here, this guy is the top of the list.
Yeah, there's no take backsies on punishments.
This is like the equivalent of like losing your stars in GTA, and then you just go back out and
You steal a car immediately.
yeah.
Hmm. Okay. I think we should tell him and just be like give him that as the lead of like something's up. See if he can maybe piece things together while we go do our community service. And who knows? Like there could just be a bunch of red herrings up here, and it could be that Saeed is like on the forest floor in some like hut.
Honestly, I think it would be smart to go at least investigate what is attacking the Bark Rangers, even if we don't attack it tonight.
Wait, we want to go down there tonight?
I mean, yeah, I think so. I think we go down there around where some of the Bark Ranger remains are. We take our tents and we get into the trees, like just a little bit up, and we sleep.
Kind of stake out the area.
And stake out the area. We'll have someone on watch so that like we can kind of both sleep and be on stakeout.
I know you have pretty good vision at night, Bree, but I don't know how well the rest of us will be able to stake out in the darkness against something that already we know kind of goes invisible at times.
I got pretty good vision.
And your dark vision only extends out so far. 60 feet. It's not really that far.
Right, but we probably wouldn't be all that high up in the trees. I wouldn't think I'd be any more than like 15 feet up in the trees, probably.
Well, those of us that do have dark vision or some kind of low light vision can take turns on watch while the others are sleeping, basically, ready to act.
I don't know how far the light vision will get us. I can see in dim. So, like for example, I have low light vision, and I can see in dim light, but I can't see in darkness.
Yeah, and with the canopy of the trees, it's going to block out too much of the moonlight for
low right,
vision to function.
And the town's lights are kind of occluded by a protective field. The thing that's it kept us from seeing it from below.
Yeah, so the forest floor at night is going to be dark.
And it's going to be even more dark since there's going to be a field above us that's blocking any particular light. So canopy cover is there, but then we wouldn't even see the moon between it if there's like a warbly field in between, creating like a haze.
Hey Zeffrington, do you have any things like portable, like nightlight type things?
Maybe portable things that let you see in the dark?
I mean, yeah, I mean, I could, there's like night vision scopes and stuff. I think I might have one lying around. Kaduka, don't you have one?
For the person
Yeah,
Kaduka does.
He basically has one of those.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, if we have one, the person on watch can be using it, right?
So that's just like a night vision, like spyglass.
That only lasted like a minute.
But is it reusable?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's reusable.
And what's the range on it? Let's see.
Oh, as long as you continue to look through the scope.
I bet Zeffrington has one. It runs off like the mini like batteries.
Is it? I don't see.
No, I guess that. I mean, I just for some reason thought something like that had a limit to it.
Yeah, I think I just have to keep using it. I don't remember.
You just keep looking through it, essentially.
Yeah,
I think it's an action to use it, right? Oh yeah, activate, interact.
Yeah, you activate it, but it's not. It doesn't have like a limit. You just keep doing it.
And I don't think you have to sustain. As long as you're looking through it, it's just active. Is what it implies.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like in combat, you'd have to use an action, I think. but like out of combat, you can just,
The cost of using it is how tired your arm gets being in the same position for extended time.
Does dark vision not have a range in this edition?
Mm,
Maybe that's the difference between low light vision and dark vision.
Oh,
I was hoping
that is
there'd be
so
some kind of-
informative.
There's nothing on it.
Maybe there isn't a range on it.
Oh yeah. Okay. So there's not a range on dark vision in this. So yeah, so anyone that has dark vision would be able to see out there or had the scope.
Well, Bree has dark vision, so
Yeah. Rishbert's got dark vision.
I mean, I guess if anybody can use the scope, I guess. I mean, that
I
works.
think we should go down and sleep for the night down in the trees while we're also investigating
Yeah.
the thing. Because we don't
And-
have to fight it. If we see it, we can just like make note of it and like what we might need to fight it, and then we can fight it later.
And I think we should be like on the level with Zephyrin and have him give him as much information as we found, like what we discovered there, so that he can take up this investigation with that as a lead. Since I mean he's leveled with us that he has some very clearly not legal shit that he could use at his disposal.
I would be okay with that, taking that.
I always thought he was a trustworthy guy.
Yeah. He also seems like he's very much over the BS of this place.
It's
This
definitely
place
the
get-
impression you get.
I really don't like it here. Can I come adventuring with you guys? Like that's the impression, yeah, I kind of got from his thing. Yeah, I think we should be on the level with him. Like we're supposed to trust him. Like I don't know what the rest of you think.
Yeah. You got my vote.
And it's not just because Rispert ate his training gaming console. That was his, right? The like virtual reality like
Mhm,
training
yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Okay, so what's the plan?
He tells off everything.
Mhm.
We descend into darkness. We find a camp. We all trade the dark vision scope when we're taking naps and scouting.
Gotcha. All right. First things first. You tell Zeph. He goes, "Well, you've got good instincts to, honestly, I feel better that you guys are safe with, or cautious with potentially damning information. This is really interesting. I really want to get my hands on one of those Varkons. I mean, I know you pointed one out, but if it goes missing, then they're going to come looking for it. I'd like to get one back to my shop."
Funny thing about that, we tried to investigate them too.
Is there any way we can replace it with a decoy?
I mean,
It
if
sounds
we
like it is a decoy.
yeah, and I mean, if we could get another functioning Varkon, we could swap it out, and they probably wouldn't know any different.
We could put an IOU sticky note on there.
The Varkons that I made for the play, how good are they?
Yeah.
Do you remember what you rolled?
I remember she rolled pretty
Probably up
good.
there. It was
Can we roll
pretty
back?
good,
It was a
if I
craft check.
remember.
Probably the
wasn't it?
only.
Does anybody know any illusory?
Just roll a
magic?
29.
29. It's
Yeah,
pretty
she rolled a
good.
29 crafting check.
Yeah. Thresh asked if anybody knew any illusory magic.
Ooh. I don't.
Like maybe combining the ones that Bree made with
Without
magic might work.
I've got it. What if we actually somehow invent our own Varcons that work like the same output, and then just replace it with that one, and take the what we're trying to investigate? If only we had a crafter.
Here's the problem. We could make one that looks really realistic, and I could use some just like glowing paint. If we had to paint the LEDs there. But as soon as they plug that thing to get charged, they're gonna know it's not real.
That's true, and I don't want to. Yeah, that's.
Are they gonna know where it came from? Because like if they all go on a truck, right, and then they go to the warehouse to get filled up, then they refill them. It's just one out of the truck.
Yeah,
Or
I mean, they won't necessarily
wagon.
know it was us. But I mean, they're gonna know one's missing. They're gonna go looking for it.
True.
Could you?
Well,
You have them in your home, right? What if you replaced the one from where we found it with one from your home that you don't tell anyone your lights and things aren't working or something?
I kind of need power to my shop.
Or what if, but I mean, you'd have the Varcon because it would just be in your home instead of in the spot it's in now. If there was a spot that a Varcon being dead wouldn't go noticed right away, you could examine it and then put it back in that spot.
Or something that's used so rarely that it never really needs power. So
yeah, like take the Varcon from that spot and that's the one that would be missing, but no one would know it was missing for a while.
I know. We'll take the Varcon from the DMV.
We steal a full one from the store. I turn my head.
I think that we've already tried stealing, and that was not a good idea.
Yeah, that wasn't great.
Well, that was different. There was an explosion in that time.
And we weren't trying to steal it. We were trying to hold on to one that somebody else stole.
That's true.
So somebody else's heist went horribly wrong, and it fell on us. Which we weren't trying to steal. We were just trying to examine.
We were trying to steal.
We were kind of. Not for
we
any
were
nefarious reasons.
You can't give someone something that's not ours to someone else. Tell them to run away with it.
I'm saying that for our FBI agent that's listening, the Federal or the Ferry Bureau of Investigations.
I love that.
Just like in case there's any invisible scrying eyes around us. Okay. Well, I'd say we got a plan. Let's put it into action. And hey, actually, if he's able to try to go through a sneaking one into a shop to look at it, the first thing they'll think of is, hey, maybe we took it, but we'll be on the forest floor and we have an alibi.
Don't do it until after we're gone.
Good point. All right, I'll give you. You need like an hour.
Yeah, that
30 minutes would probably be fast enough. Like, we're going down.
Well, we gotta go grab our stuff, because I'm sure we left our tents and things in that house.
That is true.
So we'll gotta go grab our tents and things. But yeah, an hour should be more than enough time to go grab it and get down.
All right. Yeah, you head back the way you came, or you go around the other side of this area of the town.
I'd probably go the other side. I'd like to walk by everything in case we smell the smoky and hear the water at the same time.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you head back that way. You pass the bar. You pass the entrance to the Presto Fab Arena and the restaurant, and you see that little old lady that was like prestidigitating the bird poop off of the sidewalks. Oh,
hello.
Hi, it's you again.
You seen any strange people around here lately?
Not until just now.
Where?
Right there. Points at you.
She's a straight shooter.
Having a nice night, dearies.
What if
You
it was
too.
her? What if she did it?
No, she seems like an honest fellow to me.
She smells like smoke. No, I'm just kidding.
Firebolt!
Yeah, you head back, you collect all your stuff, you go down, and you have to you get somebody's attention to let you down, and Trinity Tree Stamp comes out and says, I was just about to go to bed. You need down, I suppose?
Yeah, you don't have to stay out for us to come back up. We're gonna be down there, all night, and probably who knows how long tomorrow.
The on-shift captain will be here. I will let them know. If you signal, they'll try to let you out.
Okay.
Understood.
Good luck.
Have a good night.
As it lowers you down to the forest floor on the platform. And the platform, lands on the bottom. You're able to get off. You go to a nearby. How far away from that portion are you going?
We were gonna go probably try to find a spot where there was like it was noticeable that one of the automatons was destroyed there, kind of like signs of a struggle or like disrupted forest floor.
Well, why don't we go near the area where we had the encounter prior to?
Which I imagine there's probably some overlap there.
Yeah, you picked some place that kind of fits that general, where there have been attacks at, where somewhere near the Lurkroot Warren, and where you saw the Cheshire Grin in the darkness, and you post up, go up in the tree a little bit, you set up your hammocks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you wait. What order are you guys going to do your watch in?
Bree would like to go last because, if possible, she'd like to not be fatigued anymore.
Got it.
But she would go at whatever order they wanted her to.
Who would be first?
I would like to go first using Kaduka's scope.
Can I go second?
Sure.
I'll go third.
Yeah, Whisper will go fourth, I guess.
Then Kaduka, then Bree. Got it. Hey, Whisper.
Just so you know, when you put our tokens over there, it's completely black to me.
Oh yeah, we can't see anything over there. There we go.
I did not realize that was out of bounds. That's interesting. There's now an out of bounds area.
I thought I was stealth.
The DM was putting us in timeout in the void.
The only reason I said anything is because I looked over and I could see that they were all visible on his thing, so I was like, I don't think he knows we can't see that.
Yeah, I started zooming out and panning around thinking everybody was moving to some visible spot on the perimeter, but I kept going and saw nothing. Like, what the? Wait, are they deleted? Thankfully, we don't have to worry about Spuds and all this, because he's still safely up in the spot where they're taking care of him.
Yes,
He sure is.
Oh, Spud.
He's blissfully unaware of all those crap we're going through.
He seems, if you checked on him, you would know that he seems very well taken care of. People are having fun feeding the donkey.
It's just so hard to tell if he's happy and content. He's a stone expression, that one.
Rispert, please give me a d6.
Uh-oh. Okay. 4 is good, right?
4's good. Loot, give me a d6, please.
Ooh.
All right. Great. As you guys do your watches, it gets later and later and later. Risprit, while you are on watch, you see something. It's hard to tell. You see something like at first you're like, is that some kind of fluid? Liquid? Something is coming out of the Lurkroot Warren entrance.
Do be splorching down
Something splorches its way, very fluidy, out of earshot, but you can barely see it from here. Some kind of moving wave that then enters like some grass, and instead of seeing it, you can see the grass moving. As whatever this is kind of moves in a direction. Give me a perception check.
Is it within 60 feet?
No. It's farther away than that.
I'm gonna have that basically be Risper to be paying attention to see if there's any of the tactile magical feedback happening when it comes in range. If it
Gotcha.
registers on the magic radar.
Yeah.
Okay, proceed.
That's good. It's at times it's very hard to tell where this thing is moving to. But it does, you almost lose sight of it and then pick it back up as it kind of doubles around. Seems to be just moving around the area, and it does pass within 60 feet of you. And you can't really see it. It's in the grass, but you detect spellcasters, right? Is that what it is?
Mm-hmm.
You can detect the presence of a spellcaster.
Would we be up there and like two to a thing, or like have our own like tents up there or whatever, the things?
We do each have our own tents, so we probably would be in our own tents.
Okay.
But we would all be close enough that you could wake us up.
Oh, that's a nat 20. Oh no. We're just gonna chuck a pebble at one of the other tents to try to wake.
You're eyeballing this. You chuck this pebble, and then all of a sudden you hear something down below coming from this amorphous shape moving through the grass. You hear a and then you hear as like this thing starts moving away from the grass, and it like serpentines like through the grass. It's like, as it like then goes all the way back to the entrance and back down into the tunnel.
All right. Anyway, all right. Pants thoroughly soiled. Yeah, Risper's gonna wake everybody up.
What's up, Risprit?
It's a spellcasting fluid.
Huh?
Huh?
There was spellcasting fluids.
I don't need to know about your. I think we're
There
just
was
making
something
reports
down
tonight.
there.
Are we?
It was. it moved like a liquid through the grass, and it was making very scary sounds when it got close.
What
But
did it sound
whenever
like?
it got close, I could detect spellcasting ability.
Can you mimic its sound for me? I'll need to think back if I've heard it before.
No.
Oh, okay.
Do the snakes those storm snakes, do those have spellcasting ability?
Well, I was gonna ask that after I got the sound verification from Risprit, but it doesn't sound like I'm gonna get it. Ah, now that you say it like that.
Give me a performance check.
Oh, no. Oh, I'm gonna hero point that.
All right.
Oh,
Oh no.
Rispert is not a performer.
That's what it sounded like? Alright, let me.
You're,
Sure, why
you're
not?
not sure?
The 3 and the 5 makes me think he like did it and was like, "Oh, let me clear my throat. That wasn't accurate." And then he did it again, and it was like barely better.
I couldn't tell the difference.
The storm snake does not have any. It's not a spellcaster. It is imbued with elemental, electricity. But
Like a primal magic.
Yeah, it's just kind of one with electricity a little bit, but doesn't necessarily cast spells.
Well, it might sound like that, but it's not capable of casting spells.
Sound like.
Does it ever work with someone who might be capable, like a storm snake and someone else?
The thing was, it wasn't a snake. It was like a liquid or goo or something. It was flowing through the grass.
Yeah, like slithering?
More like. No, not slithering. Just actual like water running through the grass.
Like a river.
Yes.
Runs like a river. Did it notice you?
Not sure. It kind of was moving through this area, going around back and forth, and then it like started making these noises and then went back down. It's definitely down there right now.
So did it come from that same spot and then go back in?
Yes, it came from the warren and then went back in.
Okay. Bree, can you mark that one on your map? That might be our go-to entrance. Actually, I'm not looking through the scope. I can't see anything. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I'm pretending like I know
His trunk's
what you're
just
pointing
talking
at.
into the dark and just
Yeah.
can't see anything.
I'm actually facing the wrong direction.
like talking to a tree, and we're all
Yeah.
talking to the back of Trunks' head.
So I point off to the distance. So that one over there, huh?
Like I like Rispert looks over at Bree and then just like says yeah, but is like pointing at the hole so Bree can see.
We should mark it for the morning.
That's right, because Bree and Rispert are the two that can just see in the dark like naturally. That's funny.
So you mark the entrance where it came from, and do you just continue sleeping out there?
Yeah, I mean, I think we need to sleep.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
You do
continue
anything
the
in the
watch,
morning?
I guess, in case something else shows up.
For sure.
Because who knows what's out here.
You continue to watch. Kaduka,
Yes.
please give me a sorry, where is it? Give me a will save, please.
Whoa.
Ooh. Ah.
21.
You have a strong will there, Kaduka. Like a monk.
Like a monk. Kaduka, you find yourself in a forest. It is adjacent to a clearing. In the clearing, you see an elven lady. And she is brushing a jet black horse. The sky is a starry night, while the entire clearing appears to be lit as if it was daytime. You feel compelled to approach.
Okay. I'll approach.
As you approach, you get closer and closer. She doesn't seem to notice you. The horse doesn't seem to notice you, and she's just brushing it with a horse brush. And at some point, she stops mid-stroke and she says, "Our time on this plane is limited." And the world seems to stop. And then a hand comes up from out of nowhere, grabs you by the face, and shoves you down into the ground, and you wake up. And I want you to mark on your sheet that you are fatigued.
Oh no.
Bree, you are no longer fatigued.
Yay.
As you all wake up in the morning, Kaduka having had this crazy nightmare that seems to have ruined your sleep. And with that, we will continue next time.
Woo! Ooh.
Thanks, everyone. I appreciate the enthusiastic woos.
Woo!
I'm scared.
Don't hug me, I'm scared.
All right.
Yeah. Thank
Oh.
you, everyone. Bye, stream.
Bye,
Noise.
stream.
Bye,
Bye.
stream.